Okay, so I'm going to begin by asking what I think is the most important question, and the question is, who is this guy? I think it's important because as a teacher, I can only teach what I know. As a teacher, I can only take students to places that, this is physically or metaphorically, places that I have been or that I'm aware of, and ultimately I treat the students based on who I am as a person. I can say that first and foremost, I am meant to be a teacher. I remember growing up, I would gather all the advertisements that came into the house and I would mark them for their attractiveness and persuasiveness. All this while my brothers played video games in the next room. I remember in grade 12 math calculus, I studied for a test by pretending to be a teacher and teaching it to myself, and that was the only time in math where I got 100% on a test. And even now, everything that I do, everything that I'm exposed to, everything that I read, they serve as material, they serve as inspiration for me as a teacher. And this whole process of using what I am exposed to and applying it to my teaching takes place very passively. It wasn't as if I forced it to. So this is how I know that I'm meant to be a teacher. In terms of trying to sell myself to you, I would like to share 3 qualities that I have that are relevant to teaching. First and foremost, I think that the first one is that I have the desire, I have the motivation, I have the drive to be great, to be inspirational, to be motivational as a teacher. I think that if I could share a personal example, I was teaching business and we were talking about branding in business, and a student actually asked me, well, what is your brand? And I actually said in reply, life-changing education. And I think sometimes what separates a good teacher from a great one is that great teacher's desire to be great, and I have that. Second, which goes hand in hand with the first one, is that I'm extremely hardworking. If you were, for example, you were to tell me that tomorrow you will be teaching chemistry, and I don't know a lot about chemistry, this is what I would do. I would spend every single free moment that I have preparing, studying, reading up on chemistry, and preparing lesson plans to teach it tomorrow. So I think when you put that desire to be great and the work ethic required to achieve that greatness, I think that combination could be powerful. And I think I have both. Third and finally, I think this one is the most important one, and as a parent, as any parent would probably want first and foremost in a teacher of their children, is that I care. If I could share a personal example, recently my family went through a sort of a medical thing where it bordered on life or death. In that if there wasn't a treatment, someone could pass away. And we went and saw different doctors, and some doctors treated us like a number, almost like almost like an appointment number, 3 o'clock until 3:20. So they treated us out of duty or out of the sense that they're a doctor and they have to do that. Some doctors, on the other hand, treated us with care, with kindness, going above and beyond. Having been in that position where I have felt both, one, to be treated as a number, and two, to be treated with kindness, I know that me as a teacher in the position to be of service, the only way I can act is to act with kindness, to act with care. And I know that if I'm given the opportunity, I will treat every student with care, and I know that I will go above and beyond and be the best teacher that I can be.